welcome back to Grandma Jane's World. Today I'm going to make a zucchini chocolate cake. I've not made it before. It's a friend of mine gave it to me, an older friend, and she said I could have the recipe if I just give her a piece when I'm done. So I'm going to do that. And I've got everything measured out here to go. I've got my oven on 350. She did forget to say how long, so I'll just have to check it, how long it bakes, but I have to check it. I'm doing jewelry too. I'm gonna make some bracelets with you in one of my future shows here coming up. So it says to start with 1/2 stick or 1 stick of butter. I gotta get this situated a little better so you can see the mixer, okay? And I left it out so it's soft. Put that in. And then the next thing says 1/2 cup oil. So put that in. One and 3/4 cup sugar. And I'm going to start creaming it a little bit. It says 1/2 cup of sour milk. So I put 1/2 cup of milk in. And then I added a tablespoon of vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar you want. And it makes kind of like a buttermilk, like a sour milk substance. So anyway, I got that all done and ready to go. And yeah, I forgot to get the 2 eggs out, so I'll get those out right now. Put those in. And I still had zucchini left from landlord bringing it over and making zucchini bread, so I thought I might as well try this cake while I was at it. I've been cracking my eggs separate just to be sure I get good eggs and don't get any shells in there. And that one looks good. The weather is awesome. This morning it was actually 48 degrees here, and it's 9/11, and it's supposed to get up to only 70, but by Wednesday and Thursday 80 again, so that's great. I love it. Love this weather. It's great. Okay, so I've got the 2 eggs. I'm going to beat those up in there a little bit. I was a flight attendant at American Airlines when 9/11 happened, and luckily I was home on my second to last day that I had to go back like 2 days later after the attack. And so my kids and folks and everybody knew I was okay, so I was very, very fortunate. But we were fortunate, our class, that no one was killed on the planes, because every week they had us new hires. I was a new hire at Eagle or American Airlines, and we're flying out to Boston to do transcons, and 2 of those planes are what went into the trade towers. I can't talk today. So yeah, it was, and I was based out in New York for the memorial service the next year and went to that. And I had a United flight attendant crash pad person that actually got off of the big Boeing 76 in Boston and greeted the crew that got on that went into the trade towers. So yeah, it was a pretty emotional time. It was crazy. I don't know how they ever pulled it off, but I don't think it should have ever happened, and I'm afraid to God it never happens again. And it was a beautiful, beautiful, perfect day, really. Okay, now I've got the 1/2 cup sour cream or sour milk in there. The vanilla is in there. Now I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of cocoa in there. And do some of the dry ingredients, such as the 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, the 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to go to cinnamon, and that is a 1/2 teaspoon as well. And has cloves in it as well, and it's a half teaspoon of cloves. See if I can measure that or something. And get it come out. And there's also chocolate chips in here. So it's got kind of a large variety of ingredients. I'm going to shut that off and kind of stir around the edge. A friend and I drove over to Green, Iowa. It's about 20 minutes away. They had their little fundraiser today, and they had turkey dinners, and they were awesome. They had mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, cranberry sauce, corn, and the corn tastes like fresh off the cob, and a roll and a choice of pumpkin, cherry, and one other kind of pie. It was really good. Filling. I had to lay down for a while afterwards because I was so full. I love those little church dinners because they're always so good. Okay, now I'm going to put in the flour, and it calls for 2.5 cups of flour, so I'll do about half at a time. And I've got a bundt pan, greased and floured to bake it in. Put more cloves in it. It isn't coming out too good. I don't know if it still is or not. Okay. So anyway, we got in on that, and we noticed that a lot of the churches that used to do turkey dinners aren't doing them. So I don't know if they're short on help, or it's the price of turkey, or what the deal is. But yeah. You take advantage of the ones, and it was all carry out. And when we got there, it was 4 blocks long, the line, waiting to get a meal. So I was afraid they were gonna run out before we got one, but nope, we got ours. It was worth it too. So anyway, football season's here. My beloved Hawks lost yesterday. That was a drag, but I don't know if it's kind of a transition year for them or what, but I'm going to a Michigan game October 1st anyway. I have so much fun at them. A friend of mine from high school, 2 of them. They've both been, well, the one's alumni. I sit by her really good seats, and the other one has had tailgates in every home game. So we're going to go to that, and I'll stay with my friend, and it'll be fun. I'm going to UNI's football game next weekend, playing Sacramento State. And I can see my aunt and uncle at that, and my cousin. So a lot of stuff going on. Our church in Charles City is having their fundraiser on the 24th, the Fall Festival. I got a painting ready for that, and I'm going to make a couple pies, and that's always a good deal too. And I hope the weather stays as nice as this than the other day. My next show will show you how to make a bracelet out of beads. So I've got everything ready. I went to a store and got a bunch of beads and supplies, and pretty much ready to go. They're so easy, and I took a class years ago to learn how to do necklaces and bracelets. And okay, I'm gonna put in, this is what is it anyway? It's a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and I'm gonna put the zucchini in there, and it's 2 cups. I think I should be able to blend everything in the mixer yet before I take and put it in the pan. It smells good, it looks good. It's going to be interesting to see how this is. So I've heard of chocolate zucchini cake before, I've just never made it. So I've got this silicone bundt pan. I panned it and then I floured it with flour, and it should be ready to go. And it doesn't say how long to have it in the oven, but I've set it at 350 and it's preheated. So I'll pop it in there and probably check it in a half hour and see how it is, you know. And let's see, everything is in there. I suppose you could add nuts too. It doesn't have that on the recipe, but you can always do things like that if you like. I'm gonna do it without nuts today because I'm out of nuts, and I can't believe how much nuts are. Oh my gosh, like $8 a bag for pecans or walnuts, and for a pretty good size bag. But I get a pretty good size bag because I go through them pretty fast and make those protein balls and all that kind of stuff and put them in, you know. And if you make cookies and put them in, or anything else like a pecan pie, that takes quite a few of them. Okay, so I'm working on a book too. Did I tell you I'm writing a book, and the title of it is Crazy World. And I'm getting a lot done on it. I don't have any clue when it'll be out and anything like that yet, but I'll let you know. And it's about my life, but also adventures with airlines. There's so many of them, and I keep thinking of more, and I have to write it down right away, or I almost forget because there's so many of them, you know, in 20 years, so quite a while. All right, I've got that in, and I'm gonna put it into the oven. And then when it gets out, I'll let you know. I'll show it to you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna frost it or leave it. I'm gonna look up some other recipes and see what they have on their cakes. And so we'll be right back. Talk to you later. Bye. And welcome back. I got the zucchini cake, chocolate zucchini cake, out of the oven, and I've got it out of the pan, and it's cooled just a little bit here. In the mixer, I mixed up some powdered sugar, a little butter, cocoa, milk, and I put a little vanilla in it, and I'm just gonna drizzle it. I decided to make that kind of frosting for the top. I'm just gonna drizzle that around on top, and we'll give it a try. Smells really good. I think it's interesting how they put cloves and cinnamon in with a chocolate cake mix. They complement each other in a good way. So I'll just kind of drizzle this on top. And I don't know if I've told you though, when you're watching the video, you can tap. Sometimes there's a little down arrow, sometimes there's not. You just tap, excuse me, in that area of the right side below the video. It will drop down to the recipe. So that is real handy to have that right there with the video. And I oftentimes just shut the video off and read the recipe. Okay, I've got that all drizzled around. It's still warm, so I'm gonna cut it, and we'll take a look at it and see how it looks. It looks really good. Okay. Smells good, looks good. We'll see if it tastes good. Oh, well, good job, Jane. Oh, it looks really yum. Okay, just a minute and we'll see if it tastes good. It looks yummy, and there's even steam coming off it still. I'm gonna take a little taste. I don't slop it all over the place here. It's so tender, it's falling apart right off the fork. Yum. It's very tasty. It's very moist, and it tastes like zucchini bread, but with chocolate in it. It's really good, yummy. So anyway, I hope you try it. Hope you like it. We'll see you again soon on Grandma Jane's World. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.